Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Arithmetic Lesson 148. Today, I want to review your Roman numerals. I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D equals 500, M equals 1,000. We're going to count by tens all the way from 10 to 100. X, XX, XXX, XL, L, LX, LLX, I'm sorry, LXX, LXXX, and then CXC. So remember that before the letter that comes before, if it is smaller, you're going to subtract. If it is larger, you're going to add. So if you look at the XL, X is smaller than L, so you're going to subtract the L, which is 50, and the X, which is 10, and you're going to get 40. But if in the case of LX, L is larger than X, so you add, okay? Don't forget. Let's try this one together. MCCC, XXIV. So remember, M equals 1,000. So 1,000, you have 3 C's in a row, that is 300. You have 2 X's in a row, that is 20. And you have IV. Remember, smaller is first, so we subtract it from the 5. And you have 4. So your number is 1,324. Excellent. Next one, CCLXXV. C equals 100, so you have 2 of those, 200. L equals 50, so 250. Now you have 2 X's, that's 20. From adding to the 50 is 70, and 5 is your ones column. So your answer is good, 225. Next one, LVIII. Good, very quick, 58. And the last one, MMMVI. Now, don't forget your place values. The M is 1,000, so you have 3 of those, 3,000. Is there anything in the 100 plates? No. Is there anything in the tens column? No. But you do need a place value in there, so you need a 0. So the answer is 3,006. Excellent, excellent job. Okay. Today we're going to again give you a minute to start on your mixed facts. I hope you're getting better at this, boys and girls. You should be practicing with each video. Okay, let's begin. Are you ready? Don't start without me.
I think needs a pair of clothes.
Okay, of course that's our walkie. No worries, we'll turn it off. We have a 1-minute timer. Begin. Halfway through. Fifteen seconds. Good. I hope you're able to answer all those questions within a minute. If not, just keep practicing. So today we're going to introduce something called geometry. Many of you have heard about this, that geometry is the study of the earth, the measure of the earth. That's what geometry means. So we're going to talk about a few different things today. One being a point, just one dot on a grid, a point. It looks like this. Very simple. That's a point. Say point. Good. And the point can be a dot placed anywhere on the grid. It can be anywhere. Anywhere it is, it's still a point. The next one is called a line segment. This line segment has a beginning point, just like the one we showed you, and an ending point. So it has a beginning and an end. It looks like this, okay? It's got a point on the beginning and a point on the end. We know where it starts, we know where it ends. This line never ends. This is called a line. Now, it's different from the segment because we have dots which show an ending, okay? But the line, it has arrows that shows that it keeps going and going forever and ever. It never has an end. This is the line. It does not have a beginning or an end. The ray has a beginning, but no end. So here you have one dot, that's the beginning, and then the arrow tells me it keeps going forever, no ending, okay? Next one is angles. There are two rays that share a common endpoint. So the endpoint in the middle, you'll see um, that where they connect, that's the endpoint, and two rays going out. And in the middle, we call that the angle. You see the rounded part, the curved part. That's how we know it's an angle. The right angles are angles with a square corner, okay? That little square corner in the bottom, that's makes it a right angle. It tells us that it is exactly 90 degrees. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about degrees later on, maybe towards the end of the year. But this right angle always has the square. If you look at the angles on the top, just any two rays going out from one endpoint, that is any angle, just like the right angle, but the right angle has the little square box in the corner. Now we have two congruent angles. They have the same exact size. If you notice, they have the same exact size. Now they could be both right angles if you wanted them to be, but they have to be the same, okay? So two right angles or two 30-degree angles, two 40-degree angles, just has to be the same number of degrees. Those are congruent, means the same. The line that intersects crossing each other at some point, okay? It's called an intersecting line. Any place, anywhere, it's going to cross each other, okay? Intersect. Now we also have something called perpendicular lines. These lines, when they intersect, they form a right angle. See, when the two lines, they hit each other, they're going to form a right angle. Whereas if you have any other lines, they don't have to, they intersect, but they don't have to make that right angle. But perpendicular lines make a right angle. Now we have parallel lines. Those are two lines that never, ever intersect. They're going to keep going and never intersect, as you can see. We talk about this a lot when we talk about driving. If you talk about one street going this way and then the other street crossing it, that's called perpendicular. But if you have, like, let's say Atlantic Avenue and Commercial Avenue, they both go this way and they'll never hit because they are parallel lines or parallel roads. Okay, so a lot of this stuff will come, you'll start to practice this more and more, and you'll know it by heart, but at this point we're just introducing these things. Here's another chart of some of those and a few more. Take a look at your intersecting lines. They go through each other, but the parallel lines do not. Remember, congruent means the same. Right angle has that square box or 90 degrees. Any angle is just two rays put together with one endpoint, and so on. So we also have angles, two rays that share a common endpoint. Oh, we left that on there. Okay, so we talked about those. All right. Remember, parallel lines never intersect. Very good. Today we're going to talk about, on your worksheet, you have a few questions regarding these lines and endpoints and angles. Make sure you do a good job. I know you can do it. And then you have no homework on the back. So just finish up that worksheet, page 276 and 278. And have a great day. We will see you back for lesson 149 tomorrow. Have a good one.